In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers ventured into Russia's Ural Mountains, never to return alive. Weeks later, their bodies were found in bizarre conditions. Their tents slashed open from the inside, some half-dressed in minus 30 degrees Celsius cold, one missing her eyes and tongue, and traces of radiation on their clothes. No footprints of outsiders, no signs of a struggle, just an eerie scene that's baffled investigators for decades. What killed the Dyatlov Pass hikers? Welcome back to our channel, where we unravel the world's darkest mysteries. Today we're diving into the chilling Dyatlov Pass Incident, a case that sparked theories from avalanches to aliens. Hit that subscribe button, grab a warm drink, and let's explore this haunting Russian enigma, the expedition and discovery. In January 1959, 9 young Soviet hikers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a ski trek through the Ural Mountains in Sverdlovsk Oblast, Russia. All were experienced mountaineers from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, aiming to reach Otterten Mountain, a challenging but feasible route for their expertise. The group, 7 men and 2 women, documented their journey with diaries and cameras, capturing moments of camaraderie amid the snowy wilderness. On February 1st, they pitched their tent on Kolatsyakal, or Dead Mountain, in the Mansi People's territory. They were expected to send a telegram by February 12th, but when it didn't arrive, a search began. On February 26th, rescuers found their tent, cut open from the inside, with food, boots, and gear abandoned. Footprints led 1.5 kilometers down the slope to a cedar tree, where 2 bodies lay, barefoot and in underwear, beside a small fire. 3 more were found between the tent and tree, as if trying to return. The final 4, discovered months later in a ravine, had crushed skulls, broken ribs, and one, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her eyes and tongue. Tests later detected low-level radiation on some clothing, deepening the mystery. The Soviet investigation concluded the deaths were caused by an unknown compelling force, a vague statement that only fueled speculation and left families searching for answers. The investigation and evidence. The 1959 investigation uncovered bizarre details. The tent's internal cuts suggested the hikers fled in panic, yet no external footprints or signs of attack were found. The first 5 deaths were likely from hypothermia, but the ravine victims' injuries, skulls crushed, ribs shattered, were likened to a car crash with no external wounds. The radiation, though low, was puzzling, as the group had no known exposure to radioactive materials. Dubinina's missing eyes and tongue added a gruesome twist, with no clear explanation. Soviet authorities closed the case quickly, classifying files until the 1990s. Declassified reports showed the group was in good spirits days before, ruling out internal conflict. The Mansi, initially suspected, were cleared due to their peaceful nature and lack of evidence. Weather records noted no extreme conditions, though a sudden storm wasn't impossible. The vague, unknown, compelling force conclusion frustrated investigators and families, sparking decades of debate. Photos from the group's camera, including one of a shadowy figure, added to the enigma, though experts later suggested it was likely a distorted image of a hiker. Theories behind the deaths. What killed the Dyatlov hikers? Let's explore the leading theories. First, avalanche. The most widely accepted theory, supported by a 2021 study in Nature Communications' Earth and Environment, suggests a slab avalanche struck the tent. The hikers, fearing burial, cut their way out and fled, succumbing to hypothermia. The ravine injuries could result from falling or snow pressure. However, no clear avalanche debris was found, and the slope's 15 to 20 degree angle was deemed too shallow by some experts. The radiation and missing eyes remain unexplained. Second, infrasound-induced panic. Another theory proposes infrasound, low-frequency sound waves caused by wind patterns in the mountains. Induced panic, driving the hikers to flee irrationally. This could explain the tent cuts and half-dressed escape, but not the severe injuries or radiation. Infrasound's psychological effects are debated and unproven in this context. Third, military experiment. Some believe the hikers stumbled into a secret Soviet weapons test, possibly involving radiation. The Ural region hosted military facilities, and low-level radiation on clothes supports this. A cover-up could explain the vague official report. Yet no documents or whistleblowers confirm this, and the injuries don't align with typical explosions. Fourth, alien or paranormal encounter. Conspiracy theorists point to reports of orange orbs in the sky, noted by other hikers in the region, and the radiation as evidence of extraterrestrial activity. The missing eyes and tongue-fueled tales of alien experimentation. While popular in shows like Ancient Aliens, this lacks empirical support and relies on sensationalism. 5. Yeti or unknown creature. A fringe theory suggests an attack by a Yeti or unknown creature, inspired by a photo from the group's camera showing a shadowy figure. The severe injuries and missing body parts fit this narrative, but no tracks or biological evidence support it. The Yeti photo is likely a distorted human figure. Skeptical perspective. Skeptics favor natural explanations like the avalanche theory, arguing that hypothermia and trauma explain most findings. The radiation could stem from contaminated snow or equipment, as the Soviet Union conducted nuclear tests in the 1950s. The missing eyes and tongue are consistent with natural decomposition or animal scavenging, especially since the ravine bodies were exposed for months. The unknown compelling force may reflect investigators' inability to pinpoint a single cause, not evidence of the supernatural. Still, the lack of definitive proof keeps the case open. The absence of avalanche debris, the precise tent cuts, and the group's experience as mountaineers challenge simple explanations, leaving room for speculation. Cultural impact and legacy. The Dyatlov Pass Incident has become a global phenomenon, inspiring books like Dead Mountain by Donnie Icar, films like Devil's Pass, 2013, and documentaries on platforms like Discovery Plus. It's a staple in true crime and paranormal communities, discussed on podcasts like My Favorite Murder and Reddit's Our Unresolved Mysteries. The Dyatlov Foundation, formed by the hikers' families, continues to seek answers, while the case draws comparisons to mysteries like the Mary Celeste. In Russia, the incident is a cultural touchstone, with a memorial at the pass and a museum in Yekaterinburg. It highlights the dangers of the wilderness and the human drive to explain the inexplicable. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of history's most chilling unsolved mysteries. Was it a freak avalanche, a secret experiment, or something beyond our understanding? The bizarre details, slashed tents, missing eyes, radiation, keep us questioning. What do you think killed the Dyatlov hikers? Drop your theories in the comments. If this eerie tale gripped you, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mysteries. Check our playlist on unsolved deaths and follow us on social media platforms. Until next time, stay curious and maybe avoid camping on Dead Mountain.